Firstly, in a bowl, we'll add 1 cup of whole wheat flour or atta. This is 125 grams. Ensure to follow all the measurements which are given here. Then we'll take half a cup of wheat bran, which is chocker. This is 45 grams. Further, we'll add half a teaspoon of salt. Then comes 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then we need to whisk everything nicely. Just mix it well. You can use a balloon whisk like this or simply just mix everything well. Then we'll add grated jaggery. This is half a cup, 70 grams. You simply need to grate the jaggery. After that, we'll use 60 grams of Desi ghee. Instead of Desi ghee, you can use 60 grams of butter as well. If you're using salted butter, then avoid adding salt. Then we need to make a nice dough of all these ingredients. We want a breadcrumb kind of a mixture. So with a very light hand, mix everything well. After that, we'll use milk to form a dough. We'll just use required amount of milk to get a nice dough. So add 1 to 2 teaspoons of milk at a time and continue to work on it. Soon you will see that we'll get a nice dough of all the ingredients which we have used here. So here you can see my dough is almost ready. The bowl is absolutely clean. And we'll just work on the dough for 1 to 2 more minutes. Finally, our biscuit dough is ready. Now we need to refrigerate it at least for 10 minutes so that the dough becomes firm. You can cover it with a cling film or simply cover the bowl with a plate. While our dough is resting in refrigerator, let's preheat our kadai. Yes, we will be baking our biscuits in a kadai, so sprinkle 1.5 cup of salt in it. In my earlier videos, I've also made atta biscuits in kadai, so you can check out that video. The link is flashing above. So once you have sprinkled the salt, then we'll take a base. You can take any steel base like this, or you can even place a katori or a bowl in center. Then we'll cover it with a plate and we need to preheat it at medium to high flame for at least 10 to 15 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. Now we'll work on the dough once again for 1 to 2 more minutes. And our dough is ready. Now we need to roll out the dough. So sprinkle little dry flour on a base. And here is my dough. Using a rolling pin, we'll just dust the rolling pin with the flour as well. And with a very light hand, we'll roll out the dough. Keep the desired thickness of the dough. Do not worry if the dough cracks at the edges because we have added jaggery, so the dough will crack. However, try to maintain the shape as much as possible. Just even out the dough as much as possible. Keep rolling the dough with a very light hand. After rolling out the dough, then you can use a cookie cutter or you can take a small steel bowl to cut out biscuits. However, if nothing is available, then you can use a steel cap like this. So cut as many biscuits from one sheet of dough. Then we'll poke small holes in our biscuits, just like the holes which are there on the digestive biscuits. So we'll just give the same look to our digestive biscuits as well. So use a toothpick and you can make these holes. Then we'll take a greased plate like this. Simply grease it with Desi ghee, or you can also cover the plate with aluminium foil. Now we'll place all our digestive biscuits in this greased plate. Keep little space in between the biscuits. Now our biscuits are ready for baking. The kadai has heated well. We'll place our plate of digestive biscuits inside it. Be a little careful while you place it because the kadai is actually very hot. Now we'll cover it with a big plate. We need to bake these biscuits on lowest flame. It will take at least 30 to 35 minutes for baking to happen. However, do check the biscuits in between. After some time, you will see that the biscuits will start to brown from the base. At that point, we can flip over the biscuits and we can continue baking. I will also show you how to bake these digestive biscuits in air fryer. Preheat the air fryer at 180 degrees Celsius for 4 to 5 minutes. After that, we will place all our biscuits in the air fryer basket. I've made another batch of digestive biscuits and I am placing these biscuits one by one in the air fryer basket. You can also bake these biscuits in an oven. If you are baking in an oven, then bake it at 160 degrees for 15 minutes. However, in air fryer, once we have placed all the biscuits, we will put back the basket in air fryer and then we need to bake the biscuits at 140 degree first. We'll bake it for 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, then we'll increase the temperature to 160 degrees and we'll bake it for 4 minutes. So in total, we'll be baking our biscuits in air fryer for 12 minutes until they are crisp. It's been 12 minutes and our healthy digestive biscuits are ready. These are quite hot, so we need to cool down these biscuits as well as the biscuits which are made in Kadai. So we'll cool down our biscuits completely. So you have an option of baking these digestive biscuits in a Kadai or an air fryer or an oven. The best part is that these biscuits are very healthy. We have used whole wheat flour, atta and jaggery instead of sugar. Plus, we have added fiber in form of wheat bran. So I am sure you will really love the taste and the flavor of these biscuits. To begin with, in a bowl we have to cream Desi ghee along with sugar. For this I am using half a cup of Desi ghee. Instead of Desi ghee, you can even use butter. To this we'll add 1/4 cup of sugar. I've used powdered brown sugar here, although you can even use white sugar. Now with the help of a blender, we need to cream both together until we get a light and creamy mixture. Just have a look at it. With the help of a spoon, we'll scrape off the sides. There are still little granules in it, so we'll cream it further. And our mixture is ready. In another bowl, we'll take 1 cup or 150 grams of atta or whole wheat flour. Into this, we'll add half a teaspoon of salt along with half a teaspoon of baking powder. And I'm also adding 1 teaspoon of Zeera in it. I've kept the balanced quantity aside and just simply mix everything together. Into our cream mixture, now we'll add flour in batches to prepare dough for our cookies. So we'll use our fingertips to combine this mixture. Do not knead it. And then we'll add the balanced quantity of flour in it. Continue to mix it until you get this wet sand consistency. Just have a look at it. Once it reaches this stage, now we need to combine everything together to prepare the dough. So for that, we'll add 1 tablespoon of milk at a time and continue to mix it until the whole mixture combines well. Here is my biscuit dough ready. To prepare this, I have used 3 tablespoons of milk in it. Add milk gradually. You can see it from inside. The dough will look just like that. Once the dough is ready, wrap in a cling film and then refrigerate it for 15 to 20 minutes to make it workable. It's been 20 minutes and I have removed the dough from the refrigerator. Just roll it out for few more times to smoothen out the surface and give it a nice cylindrical shape. As requested, we'll be baking these biscuits in an idli stand. So grease the idli mold with Desi ghee. Thereafter, we'll cut half a centimeter pieces of the prepared biscuit dough. Because we are baking these biscuits in an idli stand, so we are cutting these discs. However, you can also roll out the dough and using a cookie cutter, you can cut any desired shape of your biscuits. Once cut, we'll place all the biscuits in an idli stand. Sprinkle the remaining cumin seeds or Zeera and press it gently on top of all the biscuits. All our biscuits are ready for baking. We'll be baking 1 set of biscuits in an air fryer. So now we'll place all the plates on idli stand. While placing the plates, ensure that the holes should come on top of the biscuits for even baking. Now we'll place this idli stand in a preheated pressure cooker which I have already heated with salt. One needs to bake these biscuits on medium flame for at least 30 to 35 minutes till these are baked well. However, we need to check these biscuits in between. Simultaneously, we'll keep biscuits in air fryer which I have already preheated at 160 degrees Celsius. We'll be baking these biscuits at 160 degrees Celsius for 8 minutes first. After 8 minutes, you can see the biscuits have turned out quite well, but these are still soft, so we'll be baking it further for 3 to 4 more minutes. And our biscuits in air fryer are done. Let's check it out. Have a look at it. The biscuits are looking quite attractive and these are ready. We'll allow it to cool it down completely. Then let's check out our biscuits in idli stand. Little browning has started in these biscuits. It's been 15 minutes till now, and I will also show you the bottom biscuits. I can see little browning over there as well. We'll continue to bake these biscuits. It's been 35 minutes in total and our Zeera biscuits are ready. Look at these are puffed up so well and the color has also come out very nice. Now we'll allow these biscuits to cool down completely and then we'll serve it. Once cooled, we'll transfer the biscuits in a plate. So these are the biscuits which we have baked in air fryer and these are the ones from idli stand. Basically, there is not much difference between the two. I'll show you a closer look of both these cookies. Nicely baked from both the sides. The color has turned out very well. So you can basically bake biscuits in both idli stand as well as air fryer. Let me break one piece for you. We will sieve 125 grams or 1 cup of whole wheat flour or atta. Into this we'll add a pinch of baking powder and then we'll sieve both our ingredients. We'll keep it aside. After that we need to cream butter and sugar together. For this I am using half a cup or 80 grams of butter. The butter should be at room temperature. Instead of butter, one can even use Desi ghee to prepare these biscuits. Into butter, we'll add half a cup or equal quantity of sugar. Here I am using powdered brown sugar. And now we need to cream both butter and sugar together. I am using a spatula to cream this mixture. However, one can even use electric beater. That will fasten up the process. To cream the butter, it will easily take 5 to 10 minutes. We need to cream it until this mixture becomes light and fluffy. You can have a look at it. The mixture is absolutely light and fluffy. Into this, for the flavor, we'll add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Vanilla essence is completely optional. We'll mix it together. And our butter and sugar creamed mixture is ready. After creaming, we'll add dry ingredients in it. But before adding, we'll add cinnamon powder in our flour mixture. Here I've added half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder. You can increase the quantity of cinnamon powder as per your taste. We'll mix it together with flour. You can also sieve cinnamon along with the flour at the initial stage as well. And then we'll gradually add dry ingredients in the creamed mixture. Here goes the rest of the quantity. After that, we need to knead a nice dough. Work with a very light hand. You will feel that the mixture is very crumbly. So in order to hold the mixture together, we'll add 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk in it so that we are able to knead a dough. However, do not add milk in one go. Just add the required quantity of milk. And my bowl is clean. Our dough is ready. Let's start to prepare our biscuits. We need to roll out the dough. For this, sprinkle dry flour on a flat platform and also dust the rolling pin with a dry flour. And with a very light hand, we need to roll out the dough. Because we have used whole wheat flour to prepare this biscuit mixture, so there will be cracks on it. But you will be able to roll out it. Just flatten it up as much as possible. This is approximately half centimeter thickness, and then we'll neaten up the edges. I have cut it into this rectangular form. However, you can cut your cookies in any desired shape, be it circle, star, or any other shape. Here I'll be making rectangular biscuits, so we'll cut these into long rectangles. After cutting, using a fork, we'll prick each of these biscuits. Kids usually love this pricking process, so involve your kids during this stage. Once the biscuits are ready, we'll be baking them. I'll be baking these biscuits in a kadai. However, you can bake these biscuits in an oven or an air fryer. For baking the biscuits in a kadai, I am using this steel plate which I have lined it with parchment paper. Using a pellet knife, we'll very carefully place all the biscuits in it. Keep little space in between two biscuits, and now let's bake it. For baking, I have already preheated the kadai with salt in it. We have also placed the stand at the center, and here goes our biscuits in it. We'll cover it with a big plate and we'll bake it on lowest flame. It will take approximately 30 to 40 minutes. However, we'll check the biscuits in between. It's been 20 minutes and you can see that the biscuits have started to bake from the bottom side. So we'll flip over the biscuits and we'll continue to bake it on lowest flame for another 10 to 15 minutes. Baking is done. I've baked all these biscuits in 2 batches. You can see that these cinnamon biscuits have come out so well. Very nicely baked biscuits. These biscuits taste very nice and these are healthy too because we have not used any refined ingredients in it. Just have a closer look at this biscuit. These biscuits are crunchy as well as crispy. As the festivities are around, you will truly enjoy the aroma of cinnamon in these biscuits. One can even bake these biscuits and gift it to your friends and family. They will also enjoy it. I have also prepared these few star-shaped biscuits for my son. So you can even pack these biscuits for your kids' lunchbox. They will also enjoy having these healthy cinnamon biscuits.